Now, we've been getting a few emails about the Pantera versus the G4X, and I know you guys can just go on the website and look at it, but we thought we would do a video just to do a bit of a summary on the actual differences. But I'm getting a bit bored shooting in the workshop, so let's have a change of scenery. So let's go through the differences between the Pantera and the G4X. First and foremost is cosmetic. This is a G4X with a custom deck. The Pantera is all black. Springs will be black, the deck will be black, all these little action washers, they're all going to be black. The only thing that's not going to be black are the general fasteners, the screws, and some of the rod ends. So certain minor things won't be black, but everything else is just going to be black. The second point of difference is in the lights, and again, it's more cosmetic, mostly cosmetic. The BajaBoard G4X lights are the V-shaped angry eyes, as I call it, lights, whereas the Pantera is more the bug-eyed, forward-looking lights, which to me reminds me of a Porsche, but you know, it might remind you of something else. And the slight functional difference is that the standard G4X light is a bit more widespread, so you cover a greater angle, whereas the Pantera lights are more forward. Very strong, both are very strong, but one is more directional, pointing forward, so you get a longer viewing distance, whereas the G4X is very, very bright. People will see you, but not as quite far forward as the Pantera is. The third point of difference is in the motors. So with the G4X, we have, this is the back, we have the 63 74mm motors, brushless DC motors at the back, and we use 63 54 at the front. Now that gives you as much power as you'll practically need, but in the Pantera we've also upgraded the front to 63 74mm as well. So all the motors are rated for 3.2 kilowatts. So the back motors of the Pantera versus G4X are the same. The front motors, the Pantera will have slightly bigger motors. The next point of difference is in the battery. You can't see it here, and if you did see it, it's just the blue box, so it doesn't really make a difference. But the default battery for the G4X is a 900 watt-hour battery using Samsung 30Q cells, whereas for the Pantera it is a 1.1 kilowatt-hour, 1100 watt-hour battery, also using Samsung 30Q cells. Because we have more cells, especially because we have more cells in parallel, the voltage is the same. The discharge current and hence the power output of the 1.1 kilowatt-hour pack is greater, which is also why we can use bigger motors at the front to take advantage of the extra torque, acceleration, and so forth. Following on the battery side, the motor controllers are also upgraded in the Pantera. So for the G4X, we have 60 amp motor controllers, or ESCs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas the Pantera has 110 amps. So you've got nearly double the capacity, or the output capacity, for the motor controllers, allowing you to take advantage of all the extra power the battery can offer, and then the actual motors can take advantage of the extra power the motor controller can pump out to the motors. There we go, that's the roundup of the differences between a Pantera and a G4X. Now I know you guys can just go on the website and look at it, which by the way you should. If you got any more questions about the maybe anything else about the Pantera, or you want to inquire about buying one or the pricing, email us through the webpage.